Red light on. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud Handicap Trot. Starter Frank Phelan issuing the final instructions to the drivers of the Square Gators to open Auckland Cup Week for 2015. Silver Stream, I've got this, and Here I Come off the front tape. So they face up now to a starter Frank Phelan. Al Bundy off 10. Bone Chip Saratoga from 20. Uncas Prime Power from 40. And the Barrier Strands release and the first for Auckland Cup Week 2015 are underway. Silver Stream a wee bit slow. Here I Come first out from I've Got This, and they're followed by Al Bundy. Then came Bone Chip Saratoga on settling. A break of 5 lengths to Uncas and Prime Power. He settles down at the rear, the second favourite, as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. A couple of gallopers here, and those are I've Got This and also Silver Stream. And now also up in front, Here I Come gallop. And Al Bundy caught sight of that, and he went up in the air as well. So coming through to lead is Bone Chip from Saratoga. Here I Come settles back down now. He's in third, followed by Uncas Prime Power. So Prime Power only has Al Bundy to his outside, so Al Bundy's lost that early advantage. And further back in the field to Silver Stream. And I've Got This back last. 2 circuits left to make. Bone Chip and the Iceman Tony Hurley lead from Saratoga. Brent Mangos in the trail on the stables corner. Then Here I Come. They're followed by Uncas and Prime Power. Al Bundy sitting out park. Back in the field, Silver Stream. And back last is I've Got This. 1,800 metres left to go. And Bone Chip, the son of Monkey Bones, to trot them into the back a length and a half. Saratoga enjoys the perfect run in the trail. 3 back then to Here I Come, followed by Uncas. Al Bundy still doing it tough out parked. They're followed by Prime Power. Just getting up on the outside of Prime Power into the 1-1 is I've Got This, and Silver Stream to be the last in the lead time in 1:32.4. 1,500 to go as they turn off the back and work the showgrounds turn again, and Bone Chip a length and a half. Saratoga beautifully situated in the trail. Here I Come 3 back on the inside for Blair Orange. Up on the outside then to Al Bundy Park. Then the stablemates I've Got This on the outside of Uncas. Prime Power's now in the running line for the Wizard Todd Mitchell second last, and Silver Stream last. 1,200 to go as they work into the lane, and Al Bundy makes his claim for the lead and will take over. 32.5 the opening quarter. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud Trot. And Al Bundy leads from Bone Chip trailing. Moving up, I've Got This around Saratoga. Prime Power getting a lovely drag into the race, 1-1. Back in the field to Here I Come. To its outside, Uncas has the back of the second favourite, Prime Power, in the running line on the stables corner final time. And Silver Stream and Jay Abernathy whip them in as they trot out to the 800 metre mark. And Al Bundy's had to do a bit of work through the run. 31-3 was the second, quarter away by 2, Bone Chip. Up on the outside, I've Got This third and parked, and Saratoga fourth, and 3 back on the inside of Prime Power, 1-1. Back on the inside to Here I Come. Then came Uncas and Tim Williams, still on the back of the second favourite as they trot to the end of the back straight. And 3 lengths, Silver Stream off the back they come. Al Bundy a length over I've Got This, trailing Bone Chip. Prime Power travels beautifully in the 1-1 as they trot to the 400. The third quarter in 29.4. Then Saratoga and Uncas homeward bound. Al Bundy from I've Got This. Now Prime Power comes out of his 1-1 trailing spot. Bone Chip, Saratoga galloping. Uncas homeward bound, and Al Bundy leads by 3/4. Prime Power closes in. Bone Chip on the passing lane. Al Bundy, Prime Power, Bone Chip, these 3 to fight it out. Prime Power, though, he comes to the lead nicely. Prime Power's back. Nice win for the Wizard. Second over was Bone Chip, then Al Bundy a game run third. They were followed by I've Got This, further back Saratoga, then Silver Stream, Here I Come. And Uncas lost its chance with a gallop onto the home corner. 3:34.2. We'll trim that up with the 40 metre back mark. Home in 28.3. Prime Power, the son of Monarchy, that's win 14, his 11th victory now at Alexandra Park, and he had a beautiful track into the race for the Wizard Todd Mitchell. Extricated out of the 1-1, and he's extended nicely in the home straight. He's only going to improve out of the race as well. Bone Chip second, Al Bundy third, and I've Got This a tidy run after the early mistake and then having to do a bit of work there too in the latter part of the Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud Handicap Trot.
Official placings in race 1. The Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud, handicap trot. 854-261. 854-261. Horse 8, Prime Power, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 3:31.1. It's a mile rate of 25.8. Last 857.8. The 428.3. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, a half length, 1 3/4 lengths. 854-261, race 1. Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud, handicap trot.
Prime Power comes back at the head of the field on the call of Judge Graham McLennan. Will come back into the victory circle. His 11th victory here at Alexandra Park. His 14th overall victory at start 32. Owned by breeder Brian Macy. Todd Mitchell, the trainer driver out of Tofoti. And the Wizard gave the second favourite a beautiful trip in the race. And he's come away nicely to secure the Pegasus Spur standing at Woodland Stud. Andrew Grierson down there, part of the victory celebrations from Woodlands. Also David Turner, a race night steward for the Auckland Trotting Club in attendance. Nice win by Prime Power. 5-bone chip. Another second for him. The Monkey Bones Brown 5-year-old gelding out of Linciola. Raced by T.G. Casey and P.J. Hales. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver out of Papakura. 4L Bundy, great success. 5-year-old bay gelding out of Kelly Bundy for third. Raced by the Cormacs, AJ, TJ and BJ. Graham Rogerson, Peter Blanchard trained at Tui Karamia. And David Butcher. 8 Prime Power, 271.30, 270 at $1.30. 5 Bone Chip at $1.70, 170. And 4L Bundy, $1.40, 140. Quinella, $12.30, 12.30. The Trifecta, $41.10, 41.10. First 4, $292.90, $292.90. Brecon Farms Young Gun Series, heat number 6, 1,700 metres to open the early quaddie is race 2 on the program. Please note a late scratching of number 5, Harry Who. Race 2 is timed to go at 6 minutes after 6 o'clock. races. Young Gun Series Heat 6 over the 1,700 metres. Brecon Farms, Agistment and Breeding. Breeding prize-winning stars such as $1 Million Trotter, I Can Do's It, Veste, Twist and Twirl, and Laura Ella. Brecon Farms offers first-class service and year-round adjustment, preparations for your yearlings for sale, and breeding tomorrow's champions. Inspections always welcome. And for an appointment, contact Scott Yardley 0275 831 005, breckenfarms.co.nz. We welcome Ken and Karen on track tonight. Dark Energy number 1, Todd Mitchell 9:52.52 like a hurricane. Simon Lawson 25 and 10. 3 Mark Time Scott Phelan 22.430. 4 Kenrick David Butcher 22 and 8 scratch 5. 6 Max Factor Zach Butcher 782.20. 7 Walkinshaw Tony Hurley 4.40 money back. 8 Chase the Dream Natalie Rasmussen $1.80 and 90 cents. And Del Jacko, the only horse off the second row, number 9 Peter Ferguson 21 and 6.50. Double pooled at 2100. The early quaddy pool currently at 8,200. Good luck with your bets in race 2. You have 11 minutes of betting time available.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Brecon Farms Young Gun Series Heat 6 over the 1700 metres. The early quaddy pool up to 11,000. Double pool at 2,500. Favourite is Chase the Dream, number 8, Natalie Rasmussen, 170 at 90 cents. 7 Walkinshaw at 460, $1.10. 6 Max Factor, 792.10. 1 Dark Energy, 10 and 240. Good luck with your investments in race 2. Red light on for the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series Heat 6. stakes as well, with the 2-year-olds in behind the yellow bar arm for the second on the program to open the early quaddie, and we open a double here as well. Brecon Farms Young Gun Series, heat number 6. The baby's into the back. Starter Frank Phelan. About to activate the green light. There it is. They're off. Max Factor, Dark Energy first 2 out. Then Like a Hurricane. El Jacko gets a nice run through from the second line. Walkinshaw comes forward. Mark Time, Kenrick, and also Chase the Dream, all taken back as they work on to the showgrounds turn. And the elite time in 5.9 as they sweep across the top, and Max Factor leads. Walkinshaw coming up on the outside. Stablemate Dark Energy currently trailing. Walkinshaw wants an attack for the lead here. Then Like a Hurricane around El Jacko. Mark Time is the next. Kenrick and Chase the Dream back last, and 10 lengths off Walkinshaw. 1200 to go. 28.7 the opening quarter of heat 6 of the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series, and the heat 5 winner Walkinshaw takes over. But here's the Sapling Stakes winner, Chase the Dream, coming from last. Now he gets up on the outside of the second favourite as they work the stables corner. Max Factor trailing. Like a Hurricane 1-1. Dark Energy on the inside of Mark Time. El Jacko and Kenrick the last couple as Chase the Dream, the son of Better's Delight, takes over. 800 metres left to go. 30.2 the second quarter. Into the back goes Chase the Dream. By a length and a half in the trail is Walkinshaw up on the outside. Like a Hurricane is parked. 1-1 to Mark Time. Max Factor 3 back on the inside as Dark Energy gets away from the marker line. Kenrick and El Jacko the last couple. 500 metres left to go. Brecon Farms Young Gun Series heat 6 off the back they come. Chase the Dream leads by 3/4. Like a Hurricane's done it tough. Walkinshaw will wait the passing lane. In the 1-1 Mark Time as Dark Energy takes off. Max Factor on the inside. Then El Jacko and Kenrick. 30.6 the quarter down the back. Chase the Dream. Natalie Rasmussen brings him for home now. From Like a Hurricane, Walkinshaw, Mark Time down the outside. Dark Energy wobbled around the final corner. It's Chase the Dream. 120 to go. Walkinshaw passing lane. Max Factor follows him through, but Chase the Dream. Oh, look at him open up. Chase the Dream, the Sapling Stakes winner's unbeaten. Nice win. Second, Walkinshaw. Max Factor for third, then Mark Time. Dark Energy the next. El Jacko, Like a Hurricane, and Kenrick 204. That'll trim up into a nice mile rate. 28.3 the run home. And you just have the feeling too that Natalie Rasmussen had another gear in the gearbox there too with Chase the Dream. Very, very kind on the Better's Delight colt in the home straight. And he's rocketed away from the front of the field. He's done all the work, set out last, got around to lead at the 900, and careers away. Walkinshaw second, Max Factor third, Mark Time fourth, Brecon Farms Young Gun Series heat 6. It looks like the All-Stars are going to play a major part in the final next week.
Official placings race 2, the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series heat 6. 876-319. 876-319. Horse 8, Chase the Dream, pace the 1700 metres in 204.02. Mile rate of 157.3. Last 859 and the 428.3. The margins 2 3/4 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, 2 lengths. 876-319 race 2, the Brecon Farms Young Gun Series heat 6.
Most impressive victory. Chase the Dream remains unbeaten in 2 starts. He won the Sapling Stakes on debut at Ashburton back in early February. Mark Purton, Natalie Rasmussen, the trainers out of Rolleston for Oda. Mrs. J.L. Feast, congratulations to you. Better's Delight Bay, 2-year-old colt out of Christian Dreamer, bred by the Deverys in the Deep South, VL and Mrs. DL. And Chase the Dream, 2 strong. here in Heat 6 of the Brecon Farms Young Guns Series. 7 Walkinshaw for second. The Mark 3 Bay 2-year-old colt had a Monaro, raced by R.S. Tomlinson, Kay Howson and P. Morris. Tony Hurley, the trainer-driver, out of Papakura. And 6 Max Factor for third. Art Major Bay 2-year-old colt had Attack Filly, raced by Mrs. B.M. Berger, Mrs. T.D. Court. Global Air Conditioning, GJ and Mrs. S.K. Young, along with T.M. Climo and Mrs. N.J. Dysart. Mike Berger trained at Cambridge. Zach Butcher. 8 Chase the Dream, $1.60 and $1, $1.60 and 1. 7 Walkinshaw, $1.30, $1.30. 6 Max Factor, $1.80, $1.80. Quinella, $2.10, $2.10. Trifecta, $8.30, $8.30. First 4, $47.50, $47.50. Mitavite Handicap Trot, 2,200 metres. The third on the program is time to go at 24 minutes to 7. We will have the dual sulky race out on the track very shortly as well. The runners coming forward for the Jewel Sulky race. Starting off the inside will be Dion Christian, and above the line, E.E. Divine, aboard Fastest Milkman, Kerry Buckwell and Lightning Bolts, and CJ Catherine the Great. CJ in the pink colours, E.E. Divine in the purple, Dion Christian in the orange, and Kerry Buckwell in the yellow set of colours. As they work into the lane, 1,200 metres, Jewel Sulky racing, here we go, green light. And they're off and pacing. CJ and Catherine the Great. They clear the machine strongly from Dion Christian and above the line on the inside. They're followed then, settling down. Next is E. Divine and Fastest Milkman. And up on the outside is Kerry Buckwell and Lightning Bolt as they turn onto the stables corner. And in front is CJ and Catherine the Great. A length and a half. And the trail is Dion Christian and above the line. Three back the inside, E. Divine and Fastest Milkman. They're in third, and back last is Kerry Buckwell and Lightning Bolt as they pace up into the back in the Jewel Sulky race tonight. And in front, Catherine the Great and CJ leading along. A length and a half in the trail is above the line and Dion Christian. Three back on the inside then was Fastest Milkman and E. Divine. And back last, Lightning Bolt and Kerry Buckwell. They pace towards the end of the back straight and about to work onto the showgrounds turn. Their one and only time in the Jewel Sulky racing. Getting away with the cheap leaders, CJ and Catherine the Great. Moving up strongly now on the outside, Kerry Buckwell and Lightning Bolt back. On the inside then was Dion Christian, and above the line they'll wait the passing lane run. And E.E. Divine and Fastest Milkman, they're in the 1-1, about to come the widest as they're about to swing for home. Where's CJ and Catherine the Great to lead? From on the outside, Kerry Buckwell and Lightning Bolt. Passing lane, Dion Christian above the line, and down the outside then E.E. Divine and Fastest Milkman. They're right across the track. Kerry Buckwell, Lightning Bolt. Here comes E.E. Divine and Fastest Milkman down the outside. Will they get there in time? Oh, very, very tight. Very close in the end between Lightning Bolt and Kerry Buckwell, and up on the outside, Fastest Milkman and E. Divine. Noses between them, possibly a dead heat. They were followed then by, back on the inside, above the line, Dion Christian. And then came Catherine the Great and CJ. Very, very tight in the end in the Jewel Sulky race between Kerry Buckwell, Lightning Bolts, and E.E. Divine and Fastest Milkman. It'll be very, very tight. In fact, it is a dead heat between E.E. Divine and Kerry Buckwell in the Jewel Sulky race. Great finish it was, and I'll have Michael Guerin to interview the drivers when they come back here also. But a dead heat between E. Divine, Fastest Milkman, and Kerry Buckwell and Lightning Bolt. And in for third, Dion Christian above the line. CJ and Catherine the Great were the fourth over in our Jewel Sulky affair. Way to get the heart pumping on a race night. Get into a Jewel Sulky race. Great way to experience what it's like out on the track here at Alexandra Park. And Michael will talk to these drivers as they come back.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Looking forward to seeing the thrill of corporate racing with our four contestants in our one corporate race tonight. As you said, if you would like to experience what it's like to be here under race conditions, check out alexpark.co.nz. All the information about corporate racing and, of course, hospitality here at Alexandra Park, not only for Cup Week, but for the year we race most Friday nights. We'll just take a little quick opportunity to grab some of these drivers and see what they made of their first spin around Alexandra Park. And well, what did you make of that? It's a little bit of fun. I believe you might have bought this, is it for your wife for her birthday?
I did. The gold card present, and I wasn't going to let her do it on her own, so I'm here. And
Who finished in front, you or wife?
I would have thought that I must have been about, 10 lengths clear?
Of the wife?
Of the wife.
I think best you lie about that and tell her that she actually won.
Okay, all right.
It's her birthday.
Yeah, okay, it's her birthday.
Which one is your lovely damsel?
We're in pink.
In the pink? All right, we'll have a word to the birthday girl and try and get these winners too. So we'll get... What a good husband you've got. He's gone and bought you that present. What did you make of that? A buzz around Alexandra Park.
Absolutely fantastic. Just loved it. It's beautiful.
They go a bit quicker than you probably think. When you're watching them up there, it looks relatively gentlemanly-like. It's not quite so, that when you're out there.
No, it's... No, well, I enjoyed it. It was great.
Are you going to hang around at Alexandra Park and have a couple of wines for your birthday?
We've got some friends, family and friends here, so we'll be getting together with them now.
And they're noisy too. Wow. They're already drinking, so they're in advance of you. Happy birthday from us at Alexandra Park.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll get the winners, or one of the winners, to come over here. Ladies, if you want to join us. Now, did you dead heat for first?
Sorry?
Did you dead heat for first?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, what was the general buzz of it like?
It was fantastic.
Is that your daughter? She's really noisy.
Yes, she is.
Really
She's
noisy. Awesome, isn't she?
Yes, she is. I've been stuck in traffic for a lot of the day, and that's probably the fastest I've travelled at today.
Would you recommend it to anybody else who feels like getting a bit up at close to the racing at Alexandra Park?
It's really a really good experience. Wish it was longer.
I wish you would. Come over here. We've got one to go. Now, what's your name, young lady?
Terry.
Terry. What did you make of it?
Wonderful. Recommend it to anyone.
Now, did you dead heat for first?
I thought we came first, yes.
Yeah, well, you did come first. That's pretty cool.
You came up beside me and I was going, go away. You're too close.
Well, it didn't quite work. You dead heated, but it is cool fun. And obviously, up close and personal with the horses, totally different experience from probably anything else you've experienced on a racetrack.
Yeah, they really look different from your arse as they're running. It's quite strange.
I've never heard that one before. Congratulations on your dead heat success.
Thank you.
Okay, that's the ladies who have dead heated in our corporate race. If you want to know more about it, bring your friends, family along. Doesn't cost as much as you would think. Just contact us here, alexpark.co.nz. Aaron White to announce the horses on the track for the third on the card. Then we'll talk more about the night here at the park.
Over the 2,200 metres, leaders in equine nutrition, proud sponsor here at Alexandra Park, and this is the bonus race. The winning trainer of this race will receive 10 bags of Mitavite horse feed. 027 241 3191. One Speedy and Scott Phelan 13 and 5. 2 Wanna Play Natalie Rasmussen 421.70. 3 Charming Lavra Mark Jones 13 and 360. 4 Gintaras Richard Brosnan 28 350. 5 My Mum's a Star Brent Mangos 22 and 860. 6 Fiery Mountain Girl John Dunn 11 and 7. 7 Springfield Legacy Salish Abernathy 38 and 15, scratch 8 and 9. 10 Mob Star Unruly James Stormont 20 and 9, scratch 11. 12 Saffron Castleton also unruly off the front, Zach Butcher 25 and 940. 13 Pyramid Monarch off the 10, Brad Williamson 631.40. 14 Barry Blair Orange 631.90. 15 Macarowa Jake Tony Hurley 15 and 5. 16 Ace Moment Simon Lawson 25 and 11. 17 Tourbillon Peter Ferguson 27 and 990. 18 Djokovic Unruly off 10 Luck Chin 15 and 820. And you have 10 minutes of betting time available into the third, the Mitavite Handicap Trot, as we hand it back to you, Michael, and the night is just going to get better under these beautiful City of Sails skies.
Great to see the weather gods playing their part, Aaron. Obviously the sun is now out. The track will get faster as the night goes on. On the track, the big one for the night is the Pascoe's Jewelers Northern Oaks. It's $125,000. Oaks Race is one of the 5 classics available to horses. It's a Group 1. It's a leg of our pick 6. That's worth $50,000. And there is final field fixed odds available on all races this evening. Off the track, a little bit away from the horse racing action, you too can be a big winner. We have a sweepstake from Pascoe's on the Great Northern Oaks. In your race book, you'll find the entry forms. There are barrels around the track. Put your entry form in, and then we'll draw out 12 winners after race 6. So after race 6, we'll draw out the 12 winners for the Pascoe sweepstake. You'll each be allocated to a horse, and the winner will get a fantastic ring, a diamond dress ring from Pascoe's The Jewelers. That sweepstake entry available in your race book. We have fashion shows here tonight as well. Jason Kerrison, one of the most talented musicians in the country, is going to be here. He'll do 4 or 5 sets for us this evening. Bit of kids' carts and, of course, the outstanding racing. There'll be some perfume spritzing. That'll be around the track. You'll see our promo girls also out with $10 betting packs. Now, if you're not a regular punter, but you want to have a bet on the big race, race 8, the Pascoe's Northern Oaks, spend your $10. They'll give you 3 bets inside one envelope. 3 bets on the Great Northern Oaks available for $10 from our promo girls here. They'll be in the orange around the track all night. Don't forget, though, most importantly, make sure you get your entry in for that sweepstake for the diamond dress wing. Also, we have our photographer on track tonight, taking photographs. They'll be posted on our Facebook page, so Alexandra Park's Facebook page, to catch the scenes from the racing and, of course, the fashion here tonight. Lots of ways to stay connected. Of course, Twitter, use our hashtag, and Alexandra Park's Facebook page. All good ways of keeping in touch with us here at the park. Horses on the track for the third on the card. I do like numbers 13 and 14, Bowery and Pyramid Monarch, as the next 2 big chances. You can back them both. They're both $6, giving you a $3 return if either wins. So go each way, Pyramid Monarch or Bowery in the next on the card. Most importantly, though, fill out your forms for our Great Northern Oaks sweepstake. Those will be drawn after race 6, with 12 lucky winners allocated a horse to race for you to win that diamond ring. Enjoy your night here at Alexandra Park. We'll be back after some of the feature races with the post-race presentations, interviews and chances to win.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Mitavite Handicap Trot, 2,200 metres, the third on the program, and Wanna Play number 2 at $3.90 into $1.90 is your favourite. 14 Barry at 6 and 2. Pyramid Monarch number 13 at 6.10 and $1.60. All other runners in double figures. 11 and 3.70 number 1 Speedy, and 6 Fiery Mountain Girl at 11 and $5.70 back for the place. We welcome Gary Stewart on track tonight from Mitavite. And again, this being the Mitavite bonus race. The winning trainer of this race will receive 10 bags of the great Mitavite horse feed product. Gary Stewart, your contact at Mitavite, 027 241 3191, mitavite.com.au. Mitavite, leaders in equine nutrition. Red light on for the Mitavite Handicap Trot over the 2,200 metres. Wanna Play out to 4 and $1.90. 14 Barry, 521.90, and Pyramid Monarch number 13, 570 and $1.90. This will complete the first treble and also the opening double on tonight's program. Here as well. So the square gators come up onto the barrier strands. Mitavite Handicap Trot, front and 10 metre strands in operation here. Speedy gets down onto the pole, but a wee bit fractious, so causing a few problems in behind to Want to Play and also Charming Lavra. Fiery Mountain Girl wants to get on with the job, as to Mob Star. And out the back, Pyramid Monarch now just rearing, so Speedy, the horse that's drawn the pole, giving all sorts of problems here for Scotty Phelan. Just doesn't want to come up onto that inside mark. Starter Frank Phelan might lose his patience here shortly. Want to Play at this stage, just standing there quietly, as to Charming Lavra. Springfield Legacy stands very quietly, as to My Mum's a Star. So they still work on Speedy to come to the inside. Comes forward now. And the Mitavite handicap trot field are sent on the journey. And off stride early was Mob Star. It's about the only one to make an early mistake here. Springfield Legacy, Saffron Castleton first to get away. They're followed by Fiery Mountain Girl on the inside. Then to Charming Lavra is Djokovic. He takes off and around runners onto the stables corner. Then came the stablemates Gintaras and Tourbillon. Pyramid Monarch just behind those with Speedy. Then My Mum's a Star, Barry. Back in the field, Macaroa with Jake as Speedy gallops around the first corner. Ace Moments back, Want to Play the favourite. She's galloped out of contention early, and Mob Star's back with her. So through the back straight they go. Saffron Castleton with Djokovic coming up strongly on the outside. Djokovic will take over. Springfield Legacy third. Tourbillon progresses forward to Sit Park with Fiery Mountain Girl now with 1-1 cover. Charming Lavra 3 back on the inside. 47 and 3 the lead time off the stand. Very good. Then Gintaras followed up by Pyramid Monarch in the running line. Macaroa Jake on the markers. Then My Mum's a Star and Barry, Speedy and Ace Moment. They're your winning chances as they come across the showgrounds turn and about to work into the lane. Want to Play and Mob Star, no chance. Into the lane they come. Djokovic, 1200 to go on the Mitavite trot. Leads a length and a half. Saffron Castleton. Tourbillon parked around Springfield Legacy. 32 and 3 the opening quarter. Gintaras comes forward 3 wide with Pyramid Monarch around Fiery Mountain Girl. Barry's also coming forward on the 3 wide line. Then Charming Lavra back in the field to My Mum's a Star, Macaroa Jake and Speedy. Ace Moments now galloped out of contention through the home straight. Stables corner final time. Djokovic leads from Pyramid Monarch and Barry striding up with purpose out 3 wide. Saffron Castleton trailing Gintaras 1-1. Then Springfield Legacy. There followed Fiery Mountain Girl around Tourbillon. Charming Lavra's away from the inside. Speedy's back in the field with Macaroa Jake and My Mum's a Star. 31 the second quarter. Djokovic and Luckchin, 600 to go. Pyramid Monarch has the opportunity to drop down onto the leader's back here as Saffron Castleton has lost that spot. Out wider then to Barry, then Gintaras. Fiery Mountain Girls getting onto the scene as to Charming Lavra. There followed Tourbillon further back in the field. Springfield Legacy and Speedy third quarter and 29.2. And Djokovic and Barry, they match motors as they come onto the corner. Fiery Mountain Girl, she issues her challenge strongly 3 wide on these leaders in Pyramid Monarch. Charming Lavra, Speedy down the outside, homeward bound. Barry, Fiery Mountain Girl. Pyramid Monarch waiting for a gap on the inside of that pier, and then came Charming Lavra. Barry in front, Pyramid Monarch's out and flashing, and Fiery Mountain Girl. Barry, Fiery Mountain Girl closing in. She's home. Fiery Mountain Girl over Barry, and Pyramid Monarch close up in third. They were followed by Charming Lavra. Speedy did a good job after that gallop on the first corner, then Tourbillon. They were followed Springfield Legacy and Djokovic, Macaroa Jake, Saffron Castleton, Mob back in the field, My Mum's a Star. They were followed by Gintaras, Want to Play. An early gallop was costly again tonight. Mob Star galloped early, galloping through the lane the final time. The second to last time was Ace Moment. Was never a chance after that. 2:51.31 was the final quarter. Good finish, but Fiery Mountain Girl. First look at the park will just edge past Barry here. And Pyramid Monarch, Fiery Mountain Girl. Nice win, the Sundon 3-year-old filly. Barry produces another good solid trotting performance tonight, as too Pyramid Monarch in for a third, and Charming Lavra, number 3, will make up the first 4 in the Mitavite handicap trot.
Official placings, race 3, the Mitavite Handicap Trot. 6, 14, 13, 3, 1, 17. Horses confirmed 6, 14, 13, 3, 1, 17. Horse 6, Fiery Mountain Girl, trotted the 2200 metres from a stand, and a New Zealand record for a 3-year-old filly from a standing start, 251.1. It's a mile rate of 25.1, last 860.3, and a 431. The margins ahead, 3 3/4 lengths, 6, 14, 13, 3, 1, 17 in race 3, New Zealand record time, Mitavite Handicap Trot.
Fiery Mountain Girl back at the head of the field. Yabby Dam Farms Limited, the ownership, trained by Craig and Amy Edmonds at Motor Carrara. First look at the park, and she does it in pretty good fashion, doesn't she? Fiery Mountain Girl in the hands of John Dunn. Sundon Mountain Woman, 3-year-old chestnut filly, bred by DJ Smith and Mrs. M.R. Howell Smith. And Fiery Mountain Girl, the New Zealand track record holder, 2,200 metres off a standing start. Back at the head of the field, greeted by Gary Stewart from Mitavite. Gordon Robertson, steward of the Auckland Trotting Club, was also in attendance with the victory celebrations. 14 Barry for second, Pegasus Spur, 6-year-old Bay Gelding out of Sundell for the Go Harness Buy Race and Sell Syndicate. Ken Barron trained at West Melton, Blair Orange. 13 Pyramid Monarch for third, Monarchy Brown 5-year-old mare out of Deirdre's Dearest for S.R. Hardiman along with R.G. Lowe and N.J. Hazlitt. Phil Williamson trained at Oamaru and Brad Williamson. Totes will see number 6, Fiery Mountain Girl, return $9.80 and $3.90, $9.80, $3.90. 14 Barry, $1.90, $1.90. 13 Pyramid Monarch at $2 even, $2. Quinella, $33.10, $33.10. Trifecta, $319.60, $319.60. First 4, $1,866.40, $1,866.40. 8 and 6 in the double, $14.30, $14.30. 8 and 14 concession, $2.70, $2.70. 8, 8, 6 treble, $84 even, $84. Got to go Cullen Young Gun Series, Heat 5, 1,700 metres for the fillies, and the scratching is Are You Ready Girl number 10. And the fourth on the program tonight to open a double. And we race at 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. Got to go Cullen Young Gun Series, Heat 5 over the 1700. This for the fillies. Got to go Cullen, the rightful heir to the title of New Zealand's leading sire. Behind father Christian Cullen and granddad in the pocket, of course, standing at Neverly Stud, neverlystud.co.nz. Proud to sponsor and support the breeders of New Zealand. Got to go Cullen, the winner of 24 races, including 11 group races, which included an Auckland Cup right here at Alexandra Park. Horse 1. Good looking babe, David Butcher 12 and 8 to 2 neck time, Brent Mangos 7:32.90, 3 Artful, John Dunn 9 and 350, 4 Killer Queen, Simon Lawson 15 and 680. 5 Ideal Eagle, Zach Butcher 26 and 10, 6 Arden's Choice, Natalie Rasmussen 7 and 240, 7 Poppy Maguire, Tony Hurley 32 and 13, 8 Gamma Lady, Joshua Dickey 581.60, 9 Girls Are Better. Inside second row draw, Morris McKendry 23 and 12, scratch 10. 11 Dream About Me, Tim Williams at 260.70 cents. First of a double, 2100 and a double pull. They've got to go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5. Is time to go in 11 minutes time. Good luck with your bets.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Got to go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5 and Dream About Me number 11, $2.30 $1. Second favourite 8 Gamma Lady, $6.50 into $1.80. 2 Necktie, $7.20 $2.40. 3 Artful at $8.70 and $2.10. Arden's Choice number 6 well in the market, $7.50 and $2.30. That double pull up to $3,500 for race 4. First leg of this double, the Got to go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5. Got to go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5. And starter Frank Phelan calls the runners up onto the mobile. Gamma Lady, the second favourite, draws the outside. Poppy Maguire, Arden's Choice, Ideal Eagle, Killer Queen, Artful, Neck Time and Good Looking Babe. Second row draws go to Girls Are Better. And the $2.10, 130 favourite, Dream About Me, the half-sister to Chris and Me, who was very impressive on debut at Timaru for the Mark Purden, Natalie Rasmussen team. Tim Williams to do the driving, so the fillies into the back. Got to go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5 at dispatch. Green light, they're off. Galloping off the second row was Girls Are Better, Neck Time and Good Looking Babe first two out. Dream About Me comes through from the second line. Gamma Lady tries to get across from her wide draw. There followed Killer Queen and Artful. Off the back they come, then Arden's Choice around Ideal Eagle is galloping up ahead was Neck Time. Also Good Looking Babe into that showgrounds turn. So Gamma Lady's gone around to lead Dream About Me, and Artful's going to saloon up and get the trail here. There followed Killer Queen, Ideal Eagle, then Good Looking Babe on the outside. Poppy Maguire's back in the field with Arden's Choice, Neck Time, and Girls Are Better back last lead time and 5.9, 29 and 7 the opening quarter. Gamma Lady got to go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5 and the Heat 2 winner. She leads down to the judge with a circuit to go. Over Dream About Me, the favourite has to do it tough, parked outside the second favourite, Artful trailing. 1-1 Killer Queen as Arden's Choice comes forward, 3 wide on the stables corner. Then Ideal Eagle, featherback Good Looking Babe around Poppy Maguire, Neck Time, and Girls Are Better back last. 850 left to go in Heat 5 of the Young Gun Series. Into the back goes Gamma Lady, leading by a length over Arden's Choice and Artful in the trail. 1-1 now goes to Dream About Me. Ideal Eagle, 3 back on the inside of Killer Queen. There followed Poppy Maguire. To its outside was Good Looking Babe, Neck Time second last, and Girls Are Better last. 31 and 8 was the second quarter. Down the back goes Gamma Lady. 500 to go as she turns off the back and onto the showgrounds turn over Arden's Choice. Artful waiting the passing lane. Then Dream About Me. 1-1 is Artful, just not holding up onto the leader's back here. 400 to go. Then Killer Queen. Ideal Eagle. 29 and 8 the quarter down the back, and further back Poppy Maguire. Homeward bound Gamma Lady. Arden's Choice on the outside. Dream About Me's drop back to wait for the passing lane. Then Killer Queen. Homeward bound Gamma Lady. Arden's Choice. Dream About Me opens up on the passing lane. Arden's Choice gets to Gamma Lady. Dream About Me strongly on the passing lane now. Arden's Choice and Dream About Me. Dream About Me, Arden's Choice. They hit it. Very tight, maybe Dream About Me just in front of Arden's Choice, but it's a very tight photo. Gamma Lady third, then Killer Queen, followed by Ideal Eagle and Artful. Neck Time, she blew it with an early gallop. Poppy Maguire back in the field. Good Looking Babe also galloped on that first corner, and galloping just after the start was Girls Are Better last. 204.9, 27.6 was the final quarter. Another very tight photo. No doubt it'll be an All-Stars Quinella. Which way does it go? Dream About Me on the passing lane, or Arden's Choice? They hit it. Ooh, Judge Graham McLennan can sort it out for us. There's nothing. 0 between them. Gamma Lady third, and Killer Queen looks like it'll run fourth in the Gotta Go Cullen Young Gun Series Heat 5. A very tight photo.
Official placings, race 4, the Gotta Go Cullen Young Gun Series, this time Heat 5. The winner is 11, 6, 8, 4, 5, 3. 11, 6, 8, 4, 5, 3. Horse 11, Dream About Me, paced the 1700 metres in 205.01. It's a mile rate of 158.3. Last 857.4, the 427.6. The margins are nose, 2 3/4 lengths, 4 lengths. 11.68, 4.53, race 4. The Gotta Go Cullen Young Gun Series, Heat 5.
11 Dream About Me back at the head of the field, remains unbeaten after a strong debut victory over Arden's Choice at Timaru. And she'll just get the measure of that filly here tonight. The Better's Delight by a 2-year-old filly out of Splendid Dreams, raised by Charlie and Mrs. J.L. Roberts, along with Paul and Mary Kenny, and bred by Charlie Roberts. Mark Purton, Natalie Rasmussen, they get their second on the program tonight, and a nice drive too by Tim Williams secures the victory in Heat 5 of the Gotta Go Cullen Young Guns Series. Director of the Auckland Trotting Club, Dean Biddlecombe, down there part of the victory celebrations with A Dream About Me. 6 Arden's Choice goes down that nose margin. Pan's Pacific Flight Brown 2-year-old filly out of Winter Rose, raised by J.R. and Mrs. J.A. Stiven, along with L.E. and Mrs. L.J. Rose VR. Mark Purden, Natalie Rasmussen trained at Rolleston. Natalie Rasmussen, a 8 Gamma Lady. 3rd Mark 3 Mahia Lady Bay 2-year-old filly for Roslyn Stud Limited. Brian Hughes trained at Ardmore, and Joshua Dickey doing the driving. 11 Dream About Me at $2 and $1.20, 2 and $1.20. 6 Arden's Choice, $1.90, $1.90. 8 Gamma Lady, $1.70, $1.70. Quinellis, $6.30, $6.30. Trifecta, $34.70, $34.70. First 4, $167.10, $167.10. First of our features tonight, the Group 3 Encompass Northern Trotters Breeders' Stakes over the 2,700 metres is race 5 on the program. That'll open a treble, and we race at 24 minutes to 8 o'clock. The first of 2 kids' carts races, qualifiers for the Auckland Cup. If you're working out of your official race program, Caramello number 5 is a scratching, so we're down to half a dozen for the 2 races for the kids' carts tonight. Playboy number 1, Brianna Thomas for Cumu. 2 Peanut and Chanel Turin out of the Waikato. 3 Clyde, Danny McFarlane Franklin. 4 Jelly, Caitlin Schneider Franklin, scratch the 5. 6 Rough Rufus and Linda Pringle from Cumu. 7 Ricky, Taylor Pereira from Franklin. Kids Carts, North Island Contacts, Cumu, it's Denise Goldsworthy, 098108282. Counties, Gary Noakes on 027 338 4601. The Waikato, Peter Ferguson, 02747 999 36. And the Taranaki Kids Carts, Michelle Taylor, 06 764 5324. So these are qualifiers for the Auckland Cup for the kids' carts, which will be staged next Friday night. Good luck to all the contestants, ponies and drivers. And the runners will be called up to their marks shortly. Brianna Thomas and Playboy will start off the limit. Playboy sponsored by Lincoln Farms, Peanut and Clyde. They'll start from 10 metres behind Playboy. 30 metres off Playboy will be Jelly. 50 metres behind Rough Rufus. Also sponsored by Lincoln Farms and Ricky. Watch for Ricky here too in this heat. He's got a long handicap to overcome, but the 800 metres will certainly favour Ricky's late finishing burst that he does possess. 130 behind is Ricky. Kids Carts North Island 800 metre handicap trot, an Auckland Cup qualifying race, and they are underway. Playboy Brianna Thomas off the limit to make a good beginning, and the back marker Ricky safely on the journey here. So Playboy leads. Up on the outside, Clyde has moved into second for Danny McFarlane. Back on the inside, Peanut and Chanel Turin as they work the back straight. Back in the field then is Jelly and Caitlin Schneider. They're followed then by Rough Rufus and Linda Pringle. And Ricky, he's doing a good job from that long handicap back at the end for Taylor Pereira. So 600 left to go on the Kids Carts North Island handicap trot, and this a qualifying race for the Auckland Cup, and it's Playboy Brianna Thomas leading. Brianna from the QMU Kids Carts leads by 5 lengths. Clyde Danny McFarlane for the Franklin Kids Carts second, then Peanut Chanel Turin out of the Waikato Kids Carts. There followed Jelly and Caitlin Schneider, the Franklin Kids Carts. Getting past that now was Rough Rufus and Linda Pringle for QMU. And Ricky and Taylor Pereira from the Franklin Kids Carts back last as they sweep across the showgrounds turn. They're getting on to the 400 metre mark here, and Playboy closing in strongly. Clyde on the outside, and third is Peanut. Getting around that now is Rough Rufus as Peanut just put in a short one there. Further back in the field is Jelly, and Ricky is steadily making up that ground from his long handicap as they're about to come to the lane. 300 left to go in this Auckland Cup qualifying race for the North Island Kids Carts. Playboy Brianna Thomas has been in front every step of the way thus far. Clyde and Danny McFarlane. Then Rough Rufus, Linda Pringle, Peanut Chanel Turin. Ricky, he's only about 40 or 50 metres off the lead as they come for home. And then Jelly and Caitlin Schneider. 150 to go. Playboy doing a great job in front. Clyde tries to hunt him down. Rough Rufus, Ricky's running on. 120 to go. Playboy in front, Brianna Thomas. Clyde's gone off stride for Danny McFarlane. Rough Rufus closes in down the outside now for Linda Pringle. And Ricky and Taylor Pereira, 75 to go. Playboy about to be swamped now by Rough Rufus and Ricky. Playboy, Rough Rufus comes strongly the outside, and Rough Rufus will get up. Rough Rufus, Linda Pringle to beat Ricky, who gets home strongly for second. Taylor Pereira. Playboy gave a great sight in front for Brianna Thomas third. Then came Clyde. A late gallop was costly there. Danny McFarlane. Further back then to Peanut Chanel Turin and Jelly and Caitlin Schneider to be the last of the half a dozen for the Kids Carts North Island Handicap Trot, a qualifying race for the Auckland Cup. Rough Rufus, Linda Pringle from the QMU Kids Carts will get the job done. Ricky from his long mark has come home strongly for Taylor Pereira. And Playboy a game run for third, Brianna Thomas. That'll be the first of our 2 Kids Carts tonight. Encompass Project Managers Northern Trotting Breeders Stakes. Encompass Project Managers have managed significant building projects throughout New Zealand, including the $70 million Claudelands Events Centre, the $40 million Trust Stadium, multi-storey developments in the Auckland CBD, and numerous other commercial, civic and educational projects. Encompass Project Managers are proud to be the project managers for the exciting new Green Lane West development here at Alexandra Park. And further information around Encompass in -compass.co.nz or 09 970 8917. And we welcome Peter Sowell on track tonight from Encompass. 1 Sapphire Castle and Ricky May 41 and 11. 2 very persuasive. Zach Butcher 19 and 4. 40 Unruly off the front. 3 Lilura Invasion. Morris McKendry 14 and 4. 4 Ella Speed. Peter Ferguson 22 and 480. 5 Dead Cat Bounce. Scott Phelan 15 and 4. 6 Jasinski Luckchin 20 and 6. 7 Cyberspace. Joshua Dickey 36 and 9. 8 Regal Petite. David Butcher 18 and 4. 50 Scratch 9. 10 Star Philly Unruly off 10. Blair Orange 24 630. 11 Our Dainty Lady. James Stormont off 29 and 2. 12 Idle Bones Unruly off 20. Brent Mangos 693.80. 13 Kinkasler Unruly from 40. John Dunn 190. Money back. Good luck with your bets. We're 10 minutes away.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Encompass Northern Trotting Breeders' Stakes at Group 3. Kincasler number 13, $200, runner-up in the National Trot here at Alexandra Park on New Year's Eve, prior to heading back to Addington and scoring nicely down there. She's the even money favourite for the first of our group features tonight. 12 Idle Bones, 5:53.10. 11 Our Dainty Lady at 9:40 and 2:20. And at 16 and 380, best of the rest, number 2, Very Persuasive. Red light on for the Encompass Northern Trotting Breeders' Stakes at Group 3. Starter Frank Phelan issuing the final instructions to the drivers in the first of our group features. Group 3 Encompass Northern Trotting Breeders' Stakes. Front 10, 20 and 40 metre barrier strands in operation. Sapphire Castleton, very persuasive on the front tape. Lure Invasion, Ella's Speed, Dead Cat Bounce, Jasinski, Cyberspace, Regal Petite from 10 with Star Filly. Our Dainty Lady Idle Bones off 20. Kincasler from the 40 metre back mark. Sapphire Castleton, very persuasive, come up to the front tape. We're about set and ready. Group 3 action with the Encompass Northern Trotting Breeders' Stakes, 2,700, the barrier strands release. And the mares have come away in fine fashion here too. They're all down and trotting in the early stages, very persuasive away. First from Sapphire Castle and Regal Petite and Jasinski, then Ella's Speed with the first turn coming up. They're followed by Star Filly, Lure Invasion, Cyberspace, Dead Cat Bounce. Idle Bone safely on the journey and negotiating the first turn a lot better than she did when last here. Ella's Speed has galloped up ahead. They're followed then by Our Dainty Lady settling back. And the favourite, Kincasler's galloped here on the showgrounds turn first occasion, and she's galloping out of contention here too. Kincasler, she can't win from back there. Regal Petite will take over down to the judge and 2 to go for David Butcher. Over very persuasive and Jasinski and Sapphire Castleton, 2 lengths away Star Filly. Then Lure Invasion on the inside of the grey mare Idle Bones on the stables corner. Dead Cat Bounce on the inside of Cyberspace. Then Our Dainty Lady. And 3 or 4 lengths Ella's Speed. And there's 150 metres away to the favourite Kincasler. No chance. 1,800 to go. Very persuasive Zach Butcher into the back. Jasinski inching up on the outside of Regal Petite. There followed 3 back Sapphire Castleton. In the 1-1 is Star Filly. Then Lure Invasion. To its outside is Idle Bones. That's been tracked up by Cyberspace. Then Dead Cat Bounce and Our Dainty Lady. A gap of 10 lengths Ella's Speed, and Kincasler just going around for practice. 1:28 and 2 the lead time as they come off the back and again work the showgrounds turn. Very persuasive, leads by a length Jasinski. Regal Petite trailing as Idle Bone. She's been sent right into the Breeders' Stakes now by Mango, and the grey mare, she's about to pounce onto these leaders. There followed Star Filly, Sapphire Castleton, Cyberspace, Lure Invasion, Our Dainty Lady. As Star Filly gallops into the lane, further back in the field then to a Dead Cat Bounce and Ella's Speed, 31 and 8 the opening quarter. And Idle Bones takes over in the Group 3. Encompass Northern Trotting Breeders' Stakes, a lap left to go over. Very persuasive, Jasinski doing it tough, parked around Regal Petite. Cyberspace 1-1. Then Sapphire Castle and Our Dainty Lady, 3 back in the running line around Lure Invasion. Dead Cat Bounce, 3 lengths. Star Filly there, the winning chances as they trot out to the 800 metre mark. Idle Bones doing everything right tonight, and 32 the second quarter. She trots into the back, leading by a length. Jasinski, very persuasive, trailing. 1-1 Cyberspace is at a nice run too for Joshua Dickey. Regal Petite, 3 back on the inside. Then Our Dainty Lady waiting for the moves of Cyberspace ahead. Then came Sapphire Castleton back in the field. Dead Cat Bounce, Lure Invasion and Star Filly off the back, and on the showgrounds turn their final time. Group 3 Encompass Northern Trotting Breeders' Stakes, quarter down the back in 30.1. Idle Bones leads a length. Jasinski, very persuasive. Cyberspace, Our Dainty Lady starts her claim. Then Regal Petite and Dead Cat Bounce, but homeward bound. Idle Bones a length. Jasinski, 2 lengths. Our Dainty Lady, Cyberspace. Dead Cat Bounce down the outside. 150 to go. Idle Bones, she's been attacked now by Jasinski. Regal Petite getting up the inside. Our Dainty Lady and Cyberspace. Regal Petite passes through on the passing lane, and Regal Petite, DJB at his brilliant best, will get the first of the group features tonight over Cyberspace and Our Dainty Lady. Jasinski, Idle Bones 5th. They were followed then by Sapphire Castle and Lure Invasion, Dead Cat Bounce, Star Filly, very persuasive. Ella's Speed, and a costly gallop for favourite backers of Kincasler. She was no chance after galloping. Showgrounds turn first occasion, 3:32.4. We'll trim that up a wee bit from the 10 metres. Home in 30.1. And Regal Petite for a Bill and Paulette screen. And this one been out of Petite's Pride. Of course, a filly out of the wonderful mare of Pride of Petite. So great breeding to the fore with the Regal Petite, and she'll take the Group 3 spoils in the Encompass Northern Trotters Breeders' Stakes over Cyberspace, Our Dainty Lady and Jasinski. Horse number 6 will just get past Idle Bones for that 4th position. Nice win, Regal Petite.
Official placings, race 5, the Group 3 Encompass Northern Trotters Breeders' Stakes. 8, 7, 11, 6, 12, 1. 8, 7, 11, 6, 12, 1. Horse 8, Regal Petite, trotted the 2,700 metres from a stand in a handicap and a net time of 3:31.6. A mile rate of 26.2. Last 860.2. The 430.1. The margins 1 length, a head 3/4 of a length. 8, 7, 11, 6, 12, 1. Race 5, the Group 3 Encompass Northern Trotters Breeders' Stakes.
Lovely win, lovely drive. Regal Petite back at the head of the field, raced by Bill and Paulette Screen. Paulette Screen trained at Pukekohe, and David Butcher at his brilliant best to get the Majestic Sun 6-year-old mare out of Petite's Pride home, bred by the J Syndicate. Back at the head of the field, Peter Sowell down there for Encompass, part of the victory celebrations, along with Vice President of the Auckland Trotting Club, Bruce Carter. 7 Cyberspace for second. Muscles Yankee Bay, 4-year-old mare at a microchip for the Brecken Farms Limited. John and Joshua Dickey trained at Clevedon. Joshua doing the driving. And in for third, 11. Our Dainty Lady, Pegasus Spur by 6-year-old mare out of Pride of Petite. F.R. Weaver, the owner. James Stormont, the trainer-driver, out of Pukekohe. Totes will see number 8, Regal Petite, return $22.30 and $3.40, $22.30 and $3.40. 7 Cyberspace at $5.20, $5.20. And 11 Our Dainty Lady, $2.20, $2.20. Quinella, $155.50, $155.50. Trifecta, $2,976.80, $2,976.80. First 4, $8,015.30, $8,015.30. 7,213 jackpotting through to race 6. 11 and 8 in the double, $34.50, $34.50. 11 and 7 in the concession at $11.40, $11.40 in the early quaddie, 8, 6, 11 and 8, $979.70, $979.70. Without further ado, let's head to Michael Guerin to take us through the official presentation of the first of our group features tonight. A lovely mare here, Michael. Regal Petite gets the job done.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. And it's apt that in one of the few mares trotting races in the country, a relation or granddaughter of the great Pride of Petite, Regal Petite, Pride of Petite seen as our best ever trotting mare, takes out this feature, and her close relation running third. For the first of our feature races tonight from the Auckland Trotting Club Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome Mr. Bruce Carter to introduce you to the sponsors and make the presentation.
Thanks, Mick. First of all, we'd like to thank the sponsors Encompass, who are very involved with the Auckland Trotting Club in their projects, for sponsoring this race. And we would like to ask Peter, who's representing Encompass tonight, to come forward to present the trophy to the owners of Regal Petite, the great little mare who's just won this feature race. Thank you.
On behalf of Encompass, just want to congratulate the team. Great race, thank you for the entertainment. And here we go.
We're not going to have any official winning presentation speech because the trainer of the horse is also the owner of the horse, and that's Paulette Screen. We congratulate her. She's back in the stables ungearing her girl after her biggest win. We do thank Encompass. They have been a big part of the development here at Alexandra Park. They are some of our business partners, and we look forward to seeing them here in the future as well. That's the presentation for the 5th on the card. Next up, it's the prelude for next week's Woodlands Northern Derby. Some of the best 3-year-olds in Australasia, including the big guns. Follow the Stars versus Huey Green. That's next up. The prelude to the Derby, which has its final here next Friday. The favourite, Follow the Stars, but Huey Green, the local, looking to stem the tide of South Island victories in the 3-year-old features so far this season. Horses shortly in the front parade ring for the 6th on the card.
The Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude, the runners out on the track. We chase $50,000 in pick 6 tonight. This will open a double and also place 6, 2,500 in the double, and place 6 at 4,500. Woodland Stud, home of record-breaking, history-making stallions, breeding a better future since 1992. Better's Delight, the New Zealand Stallion of the Year 4 seasons in a row. American Ideal, Highview Tommy, the Millionaire Son of Better's Delight, Pegasus Spur, Crazed, and of course Sweet Lou, the 3 times over millionaire pacer. One delightful offer. Zach Butcher, 14 and 290. 2 Prince of Pop. Scott Phelan, 35 and 10. 3 Robbie Burns. James Stormont, 19 and 7. 4 Say My Name. John Dunn, 12 and 390. 5 Kept Under Wraps. Natalie Rasmussen, 760, 240. 6 The Faithful. Joshua Dickey, 13 and 4. 7 Express Stride. Tony Hurley, 12 and 3. 8 Brilliant Strike, Ricky May, 12 and 380. Second row draws go to 9, Down Under Stride, Todd Mitchell, 75 and 31. 10 Change Stride, Brent Mangos, 25 and 740. 11 Better Spirits, David Butcher, 53 and 17. 12 Huey Green, Morris McKendry, 650 and 2. 13 Follow the Stars, Tim Williams, 250 and $1.30. Good luck with your investments in race 6, the Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude, to open the $50,000 chase in pick 6. 11 minutes of betting time available. Just note too, ladies and gentlemen, that we do have the food stalls on track here tonight too, just past the garden bar. You'll see our food stalls down there, some wonderful food on offer down there. If you're looking for a bite to eat, head on past the garden bar and over to our wonderful food stalls here tonight, and grab yourself a bite to eat and take in the remaining 6 races on the program tonight on Pasco's The Jewelers Northern Oaks Night, with our feature coming up in around an hour's time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude and Follow the Stars number 13, 271.50. 12 Huey Green, 4.80 and $1.90. 5 kept under wraps at 5.50 and $1.90. Double figures the remaining runners. Express Stride number 7 at 12 and 270. 8 Brilliant Strike at 14 and 370. And Delightful Offer number 1 at 16 and 290. Double pool at 3,000. Place 6 pool at 5,000. We chase 50,000 and pick 6 starting here in race 6. Again, we welcome on track tonight Andrew Grierson from Woodland Stud. Red light on, Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude over the 2200. These high-class 3-year-olds about to pace up onto the mobile gate for race 6. Follow the Stars, $2.70, $1.50 is your favourite. Huey Green at $4.50, $1.80. Kept under wraps at $5.10 and $1.70. Thanks, Michael. And the runners in behind the mobile gate for this, the Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude. We're going to be in for a great derby next Friday night. When you consider that it's better to win, have faith in me. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Still to come through to find that derby field next Friday. Here's the prelude. Who will win it? We'll find out now. Green light is up. Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude underway and getting out fast. Prince of Pops to be the early leader. Now down under stride inside second row draw. Gallop for a stride or two. Say My Name comes forward as two. Kept under wraps. Back on the inside. Delightful Offer as they find the stables corner. They're followed by Robbie Burns. Better Spirits gets a lovely drag through from the second line. Then Change Stride. Huey Green will land in midfield. Out wider is Follow the Stars. Then down under stride and Change Stride. 2 lengths the Faithful, and Brilliant Strike restrained to the rear from his wide draw. They pace into the back in the Derby Prelude and kept under wraps. Natalie Rasmussen goes around to lead, but here's Follow the Stars. He zooms up on the outside. Last season's champion 2-year-old and runner-up in the Vic Derby. Lead time in 43.1, and the Prelude favourite on top now. Up on the outside, Robbie Burns, then Say My Name, Better Spirits 1-1. On its back is Huey Green, so Huey's only 5 lengths. I'll Follow the Stars as they sweep across the showgrounds. Turn to his inside as Prince of Pops. Then Express Stride getting around runners. Brilliant Strike on the inside. Then was Delightful Offer back in the field. Change Stride to its outside. The Faithful, and down under stride is back last as they pace into the lane. 1200 left to go. 31 the opening quarter. Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude, and it is the favourite. Follow the Stars. Tim Williams, but coming up Brilliant Strike on the outside. Ricky May at the judge with a circuit to go. Kept under wraps in the trail. Robbie Burns 1-1. Say My Name 3 back on the inside of Better Spirits. Then Huey Green on the outside of Prince of Pops. Express Stride on the back of Huey Green. Change Stride back in the field with the Faithful, and back with those two now was Down Under Stride as they pace up into the back. 28 and 6 the second quarter. Follow the Stars. He's on a lovely rain down the back too here. Over Brilliant Strike. Kept under wraps in the trail. 1-1 is Robbie Burns around stablemate Say My Name. Here's Huey Green. He's been let loose now by the Magic Man, getting around Better Spirits, then Prince of Pops. They're followed by Delightful Offer. Express Stride comes forward with Huey Green. Further back is the Faithful. Change Stride and Down Under Stride. 400 to go. Third quarter and 29. Follow the Stars by a length. Brilliant Strike. Back on the inside. Kept under wraps. Then Huey Green out wider. Express Stride. Further back is Robbie Burns. Homeward bound. Follow the Stars. Williams had a confident peek over the shoulder. 2 lengths kept under wraps, and Brilliant Strike there followed further back, then Express Stride, but it's Follow the Stars. He'll remain unbeaten under the ribbon at light at Alexandra Park. There's your Derby favourite, untouched by Williams. Kept under wraps second. Lovely run, Brilliant Strike third. Then photos fourth between Robbie Burns and Huey Green. Express Stride the next out wide of the Faithful. They were followed by Delightful Offer, Say My Name, Better Spirits, Change Stride. Down Under Stride was back in the field, and Prince of Pops to be the last in 239.1, home in 27.2. Tim Williams took luck out of the question in the early part of the Derby Prelude, got around, had the front at the lead time. It was a soft lead time of 43.1. Look at the emphatic victory that he's put up here in the Derby Prelude. Stablemate kept under wraps second. Third will be Brilliant Strike, and Huey Green does look as though he will just sneer fourth from Robbie Burns. The Woodland Stud Northern Derby. It's going to be a great race next Friday night. Follow the Stars. You'll be taking on Have Faith in Me as stablemate. It's better to win. And it comes around next Friday night. But boy, he's stamped his authority here tonight, the son of Art Major.
Official placings, race 6, the Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude. 13, 5, 8, 12, 3, 7. 13, 5, 8, 12, 3, 7. Horse 13, Follow the Stars, paced the 2200 metres in 239.14. A mile rate of 156.3. Last 856.2. The 427.2. The margins 2 3/4 lengths, 3 lengths a neck. 13, 5, 8, 12, 3, 7. Race 6, the Woodland Stud Northern Derby Prelude.
Plays for the performance incentive bonus struck by the owners of Follow the Stars as he remains unbeaten under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. 3 for 3. Raced by Mrs. G.J. Kennard, P.I. Kennard, N. Pilcher, G.R. Douglas, P.J. Crichton and Mrs. M.C. Crichton. Congratulations. Lovely Derby prelude. The Victorian Derby runner-up. And you'll start one of the favourites next Friday night in the Woodland Stud Northern Derby. Art Major, 3-year-old bay colt. Out of Smyrna, Durassow, Lauriston Bloodstock, the breeder. Mark Purden, Natalie Rasmussen, they pick up their third on the program tonight. And Tim Williams to grab his second victory. Andrew Grierson down there, part of the victory celebrations, along with Auckland Trotting Club steward Gordon Robertson. Follow the Stars, career win 13 at start 16 and beaten just once. And we all know what happened Jules Day. Follow the Stars. Second over 5, kept under wraps. Better's Delight Bay, 3-year-old colt out of Rapton Cotton for P.I. and G.J. Kennard Bloodstock Limited. Mrs. M.C. Crichton, M.A.R. Kirkwood, Mrs. S.L. Kirkwood, K.J. and M.J. Risley. Mark Purden, Natalie Rasmussen, trained out of Rolliston, and Natalie Rasmussen, and 8 Brilliant Strike. Lovely Derby prelude. And first look at Alexandra Park by the Shadow Play. Brown 3-year-old colt had a Christian Star, raced by Al Lang. Graham and Paul Court trained at West Melton. Ricky May. 13, Follow the Stars, 271.50. 271.50. 5 kept under wraps at $1.70. 170 and 8 Brilliant Strike at $2.90. $2.90. Quinella $5.90. $5.90. Trifecta 65.30, 65.30, and the first 4 $386.70, $386.70. 39,847.82 live in pick 6. 39,847.82 remain in pick 6 after the first leg. Charlie Roberts, North Island Standardbury Breeders Association Stakes, Mobile Pace 2200. There's race 7 on the program tonight. Scratch number 2, Priscilla's Girl, race 7, time to go at 24 minutes to 9 o'clock. The second of the kids' carts races out on the track. Please note number 2, Peanut, has become a late scratching for the second of our kids' carts action tonight. So that leaves Playboy, who was third in the first of our races. Of course, an Auckland Cup qualifying race this. Brianna Thomas from the Cumu Kids Carts. Clyde, Danny McFarlane for the Franklin Kids Carts. Jelly, Caitlin Schneider, also out of Franklin. Rough Rufus, first race winner, Linda Pringle from Cumu. And Ricky, Taylor Pereira from the Franklin Kids Carts has the big handicap to overcome. Kids Carts North Island. Great way to get the youth involved in this wonderful sport of harness racing. 6 to 16 years. Cumu Counties, Waikato, Taranaki Kids Carts in the North Island. Taught all aspects of harness racing using the ponies, so gearing them up. Nutritional advice on the horses as well, and as you can see, the driving side of things into it as well. Denise Goldsworthy, Cumu, 09 810 8282. Counties Kids Cards, Gary Noakes, 027 338 4601. Waikato Kids Cards, Peter Ferguson, 027 47 99936. And in the Naki, Michelle Taylor, 06764 5324. So we're underway. And the Kids Carts North Island Handicap Trot Race 2, an Auckland Cup qualifying race, and Playboy Brianna Thomas makes a steady beginning off the limit mark here from Clyde and Danny McFarlane. They're followed by Jelly and Caitlin Schneider settling down in third. First race winner Rough Rufus. He's back second last, Linda Pringle. And the runner-up in the first race, Ricky. He's doing a good job making up that ground steadily from his 130-metre back mark. 600 metres left to go in the second of our Kids Carts North Island Handicap Trot races, a qualifying race for the Auckland Cup. And Playboy Brianna Thomas for the Cumu Kids Carts leads along. Clyde closes in strongly up on the outside. Danny McFarlane for the Franklin Kids Carts. 3 or 4 lengths away in the field is Jelly and Caitlin Schneider for Franklin Kids Carts. Then a half a dozen lengths to Rough Rufus for Cumu's Linda Pringle. And Ricky, Franklin's Taylor Pereira. Last as they swing off the back and work across the showgrounds turn, and Clyde takes over. From in second, Playboy. Up on the outside, Jelly's working into the race nicely now at the 400-metre mark. Then Rough Rufus, he's close enough again, and Ricky's closing in strongly from the rear. They come to the corner, 300 metres left to go. Kids Carts North Island Handicap Trot Race 2, and Clyde Danny McFarlane leads. Jelly coming strongly, Caitlin Schneider up on the outside. They're followed then by Playboy Brianna Thomas, getting to its outside, Rough Rufus and Linda Pringle. And further back is Ricky and Taylor Pereira. They come for home. Clyde and Danny McFarlane lead. Jelly, Caitlin Schneider down the outside. Rough Rufus, Linda Pringle starts to pierce between those two. And Ricky continues to run on for Taylor Pereira. At the 120, Clyde and Danny McFarlane holding 2 lengths. Rough Rufus opens up nicely again. Down the outside, Jelly, and now Ricky drawn to the outside. Just wanted to put in a couple of rough ones there. Ricky balances up again now. Clyde in front. Rough Rufus, Ricky try hard. Clyde, Danny McFarlane gripping to the lead, and he's going short of the post, but he's back down and trotting in time. And Clyde Danny McFarlane over Rough Rufus, Linda Pringle second, Ricky Taylor Pereira third, then Jelly Caitlin Schneider, and Playboy Brianna Thomas to be the last in the second of the Kids Carts North Island Handicap Trots qualifying races for the Auckland Cup. And Clyde Danny McFarlane. Lovely hands by Danny, got him back down and trotting just short of the post. He wanted to roll into a gallop about the 50-metre mark. He only galloped for a couple of strides. Danny's got him back down and trotting nicely to secure the victory over 6 Rough Rufus, who won the first race, Linda Pringle for the Cumu Kids Carts, and Ricky Taylor Pereira again closed in strongly for third for Franklin's Taylor Pereira. Now, those are the Kids Carts races on the program tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Always good to have the Kids Carts part of our action, and we look forward to the Kids Carts Auckland Cup next week.
Okay, if you've taken an entry form in tonight's Pascoe's Oaks sweepstake competition, and your chance to win a diamond ring is about to be decided. What we're going to do is choose from this rather large and rather full barrel of entry forms. Well done for signing your one up. We're going to choose 12 winners. They'll be assigned to a horse number, and Glenda, who's a very important person at Pascoe's, is going to do this for us. She'll pass these down to the young lady. So, Glenda, you need to get 12 names out of there, please. Pass them down. 12, just 12 names down, and they'll be allotted to a horse. They will be in race book order. So, race book order, the first horse allotted will be Classical Art. We'll announce the horses or the names allotted to the horses after they are all drawn. So Glenda's pulling them out in racebook order. Then we'll put these on the big screen for you. Cam, our cameraman, will pop around and have this information for you. Of course, your mobile numbers are on there, I would think, and therefore we can contact you if you win. How it works is you get a horse in the Oaks, that's race 8, and if your horse wins, you win, on behalf of Pascoe's, the Diamond Ring. It's been going on a long time here at Alexandra Park. Pascoe's are very important sponsors of ours, and for that reason, it's great to have them here each Oaks night at Alexandra Park to kick off the first Group 1 of Cup Week. Our cameraman's heading around to give you a look at who draws the 12 horses. So, as I said, a basic sweepstake like you have in your office for the Melbourne Cup. Each horse in the Oaks is allotted a name, and that horse will race for you if you are the successful drawer in the Oaks for that Diamond Ring. Racing also at Alexandra Park next week, of course, it's Auckland Cup night, Woodlands Derby night, the Cardigan Bay Stakes and the delightful Lady Classic. So 4 feature races here next Friday night. We'd love to have your company. All that information on corporate packages available on alexpark.co.nz, alexpark.co.nz, or you can ring the team here to see if you can squeeze into those corporate packages, or of course you can just join us in one of our many other bars available on track. So Glenda's doing a hell of a job here, has to pick out 12 names. She's only got little short arms too. In there in the barrel, having a dig. And I'm going to come over here and try and announce them to you in the flower beds, checking things out. Here we go. Okay, from the top. Not picking that a diamond ring's going to look much good on Mike Campbell, but Mike Campbell has drawn Classical Art. So number 1, Classical Art to Mike Campbell. Number 2, Joanne's Delight, has been drawn by Maureen Buckley. Maureen Buckley. Number 3, Look and Listen in the Oaks for Tanner Johnson. Tanner Johnson. Number 4 goes to Ron Scott. He is the favourite. Ron, or Mrs. Ron, has the favourite in the Oaks in the Orange Agent. Number 5, Linda Lovegrace, goes to Rosalind Cooper. Rosalind Cooper draws Linda Lovegrace. Number 6, Love is a Drug. That's appropriate. Emily Mead. Emily Mead draws Love is a Drug. Number 7, You and Me Babe, goes to Bruce Tarry. Bruce Tarry gets number 7, You and Me Babe. Number 8 goes to Moira Green. Moira Green draws See the Ballerina. Number 9, Start Dreaming, goes to Claire Leonard. Well done to you, Claire. You have Start Dreaming racing for you. 10, Greta Tane. Greta Tane draws Supersonic Miss, the second favourite for the Oaks. Number 11, She's Smooth, goes to Sue Swift. And number 12, Democrat Party, winner of the Sire Stakes Championship here on New Year's Eve Day, goes to Sonia Prasad. Sonia Prasad has Democrat Party. You don't need to do anything. If you want to come down and watch the race with your other contestants, meet the ladies out here in front of the winner's circle area. That aside, you have a horse. Those 12 names, those people have a horse racing for them in the Pascoe's Oaks Race 8 tonight. The winner walking away from Alexandra Park with a diamond ring. Horses on the track for the 7th on the card. Here's the voice of the park once again, Aaron White.
And good luck too to all of those ladies in the big draw there for the Pascoe's, the Jewellers Northern Oaks. Charles Roberts, North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes. Mobile pace over the 2,200 metres is race 7 on the program tonight. Sweetheart, number 1, Scott Phelan, 21,640, scratch 2. 3, The Fascinator, Tony Herlihy, $7.40, $1.20. 4, Change Time, Blair Orange, 9.34.20. 5, River Polka, Morris McKendry, 22.390. 6, Lancewood Lizzie, Zach Butcher, 1.50 70 cents. 7, Voluntad, Joshua Dickey, 16 and 6.90. 8, Averil's Quest, last year's winner of this race, James Stormont, 10 and 2. And 9, Here We Go Again, inside second row draw, Todd McFarlane, 21 and 6.70. We welcome Bruce Carter and also Revel Douglas on track tonight from the North Island Standardbred Breeders Association. For this, the Charles Roberts Stakes, and we are 9 minutes away from race start time. Good luck with your investments. 39,847.82 live in pick 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
The great entertainment continues with Jason Kerrigan tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be playing more as we work through the night. Lancewood Lizzie number 6 at 150.90 cents. 3 the Fascinator 621.40, and 8 Averill's Quest, last year's winner, 10 and 2. 4 Change Time 11 and 2.90. Second leg of pick 6. First leg going the way of the favourite, Follow the Stars, 39,847.82. Live units remaining in pick 6. And a service to American Ideal, kindly donated by Woodland Stud. Up for offers here too to the winning connections of the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes of 2015. Red light on for the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes. Starter Frank Phelan issuing the final instructions to the drivers before they're called up and behind the yellow bar arm. Mobile Gate starts its run for the 2,200 metre dispatch in the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes. The mares brush up. Lancewood Lizzie 141.10. The Fascinator 610 140. 8 Averill's Quest at $9.90 into $1.60. Thanks, Michael. And the runners in behind the Mobile Gate for this, the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes. The Franklin Cup winner, Lancewood Lizzie, to run the $1.40 favourite. Last year's winner, Averill's Quest, $9.30 the third favourite. The Speed Series winner, the Fascinator $6.50. Green light is up and they're off, and the Fascinator's out strongly. Voluntad will come across the face of the field and look for the early lead as they pace to the stables corner. The Fascinator, though, wants to race Voluntad. 3 lengths, Sweetheart. Change time to her outside. Then Here We Go Again. Back in the field is River Polka. To its outside, Lancewood Lizzie, given plenty of time to find her hopples. And 2 lengths back at the tail is Averill's Quest as they pace up into the back, and Voluntad will finally wrestle the lead off the Fascinator. There's 4 lengths to Sweetheart, 3 lengths to Change Time parked around River Polka. Here We Go Again in the 1-1. Then came the favourite, Lancewood Lizzie. Lead time should be a slick one. It is 40.8. And Averill's Quest and James Stormont with last year's winner of this race back at the end. 1,500 metres left to go. Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes field. They sweep across the showgrounds turn. Voluntad and Joshua Dickey lead the Fascinator. Change Time comes up closer now out park for Blair Orange in the 1-1. Here We Go Again. Sweetheart 3 back on the inside. Lancewood Lizzie, Zach Butcher patiently handling the favourite back third last around River Polka, and Averill's Quest back last. The opening quarter in 32.6, so Voluntad got a cheap quarter there. Zach realised that, so he's coming forward strongly now, and also Averill's Quest on the back of the favourite. Lancewood Lizzie at the judge takes over. Averill's Quest moves up to her wheel to be second on the stables corner. Voluntad trailing. Change Time now 1-1. 3 back the inside. The Fascinator for the Iceman, Tony Hurley. Then Here We Go Again. Todd McFarlane back in the field. Sweetheart, Scott Phelan, and River Polka and the Magic Man back last. Morris McKendry second quarter 29.7. Lancewood Lizzie into the back. The Franklin Cup winner leads by a length. Averill's Quest on the outside. The defending champion of this race sits a length away. Voluntad now trailing. Here We Go Again. Slides up 3 wide around Change Time. The Fascinator 3 back on the inside of stablemate River Polka and Sweetheart last. 500 to go. Charles Roberts Stakes off the back they come, and it's Lancewood Lizzie a half over Averill's Quest. Out 3 wide as Here We Go Again at the 400 quarter down the back 29.2. Voluntad's drifting away. Change Time's up to third. They're followed by River Polka. The Fascinator held up badly on the corner. Homeward bound Lancewood Lizzie goes for home a length over Averill's Quest. 2 lengths away. Change Time, River Polka, the Fascinator, but it's all Lancewood Lizzie, the Better's Delight mare, 2 lengths in front. Averill's Quest, she tries bravely. Change Time, late the Fascinator, but Lancewood Lizzie and Zach Butcher too strong in the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes over a game. Averill's Quest, they've lined up for third. A River Polka there, Change Time, and also the Fascinator. They were followed by Sweetheart further back in the field. Here We Go Again, and Voluntad to be the last in 240.4, home in 28.1. Comfortable victory for Lancewood Lizzie, the Better's Delight mare. And Zach Butcher, Barry Purdon, after Zach realised Voluntad got a cheap first quarter after a sizzling lead time. He was off with the favourite, had the front at the bell. Averill's Quest tried hard. Change Time will be third, just in front of the Fascinator, and between those River Polka will be fifth in the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes. The favourite, Too Good.
Official placings, race 7, the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes. 684351. 684351. Horse 6, Lanceward Lizzie, paced the 2200 metres in 240.48. It's a mile rate of 157.4. Last 857.3, the 428.1. The margins 1 1/4 lengths, 4 lengths, a half neck. 684351, race 7, the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes.
Fanfare plays out for the performance incentive bonus struck by Lanceward Lizzie, raced by Mrs. L.P. Wood and G.A. Chitty. Congratulations. The Franklin Cup winner takes the Charles Roberts North Island Standardbred Breeders Association Stakes in emphatic fashion. Trained at Clevedon by Barry Purdon, driven by Zach Butcher. Better's Delight Bay, 4-year-old mare at a Camwood Elsie, bred by J.W. Wood. That's her 11th victory at start 23, her 9th victory under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. Bruce Carter and Revel Douglas down there for the North Island Standardbred Breeders Association. Good to see Charles Roberts down there, part of the victory celebrations as well. Auckland Trotting Club steward Roger Barnes overseeing proceedings. Nice win, Lanceward Lizzie, beating out last year's winner Averill's Quest, a gutsy defence of her title. Badlands Hanover Bay, 7-year-old mare out of Averill's Atom, raced by R.J. McKenzie, Miss T.D. McKenzie, Miss N.M.R. McKenzie. Rod McKenzie trained at Hamilton and James Stormont. 4 change time for third. Christian Cullen Bay, 4-year-old mare at a Chungear. Spriggs Bar Burnside, number 1, Syndicate the owners. Kenny Barron trained at West Melton. And Blair Orange. 6 Lanceward Lizzie, $1.40, 1.10, 1.40, 1.10. 8 Averill's Quest at $1.70, 1.70. 4 change time at $2.40, 2.40. Quinella, $4.20, 4.20. Trifecta, $28.80, 28.80. First 4, $59.10, 59.10. Double 13 and 6, $3.60, 3.60. Concession 13 and 8, $6.10, 6.10. Treble 8, 13 and 6, $167.70, $167.70. We'll have an update for you on Pick 6 very shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to our feature race tonight. Pasco's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks over the 2,700 metres. Pasco's the Jewellers, New Zealand's largest range of quality jewellery and watches. Pasco's Auckland locations: Albany, Glenfield, St Luke's, Newmarket, Henderson, Lynmore, Botany, Pakuranga, Papatoetoe and Manukau. Pascos.co.nz. They have been great supporters of this race for many, many years. Don't forget our food stalls too, just past the Garden Bar. Grab yourself a bite to eat before the feature race comes up tonight at 5 minutes after at 9 o'clock. Group 1, Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks, the first of the Group 1s for Auckland Cup Week 2015, and the fillies out on the track. 1 Classical Art, Natalie Rasmussen, $5.70, $1.40. 2 Joanne's at a light blue orange, 22 and 5. 3 Look and Listen, Mark Jones, 62 and 18. 4 The Orange Agent, Morris McKendry, $2.20, $1.10, your Oaks favourite. 5 Linda Lovegrace, Ricky May, 17 and 2.70. 6 Love is a Drug, Todd McFarlane, 54 and 16. 7 You and Me Babe, Tony Hurley, 35 and 6.80. 8 See the Ballerina, Todd Mitchell, 91 and 17. Second row draws go to 9 Start Dreaming, David Butcher, 37 and 4.80. 10 Supersonic Miss, the prelude winner last week, Tim Williams, $3.60, $1.80. 11 She's Smooth, Brent Mangos, 64 and 16. And 12 Democrat Party, Zach Butcher, 13 and 3.50. This will open the late quaddie, 10,500 already in the quaddie pool, 2,500 in the double pool. Pick 6 after the 2 favourites, Follow the Stars and Lancewood Lizzie, 26,442.52. Live in pick 6, 26,442.52. Good luck with your investments in the 2015 Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks. We welcome Tilly Gurney on track tonight from Pasco's the Jewelers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the racing action is about to commence. There are now only 4 minutes until the tote closes. Please make your investments immediately.
Pascoe's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks for 2015 at a Group 1 level. Pascoe's the Jewellers, New Zealand's largest range of quality jewellery and watches. Pascoe's Auckland locations: Albany, Glenfield, St Luke's, Newmarket, Henderson, Lynmore, Botany, Pakuranga, Papatoe and Manukau. Pascoes.co.nz. The Orange Agent number 4, 241.20. 10 Supersonic Miss, $4 and $1.90. 1 Classical Art at $4.80 and $1.70. Good luck with your investments in our feature pace tonight, the Group 1. Pascoe's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks for the 3-year-old fillies. Red light flashes for the Pascoe's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks. The Orange Agent at $2.30, $1.20 to run the Oaks favourites. Supersonic Miss at $3.70, $1.50. Classical Art at $5 and $1.90. Good luck to all the connections with the runners here in the Group 1. Pascoe's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks. A 20-year association between Pascoe's the Jewellers and the Auckland Trotting Club and this race. So the 3-year-old fillies about to be called up in behind the yellow bar arm by starter Frank Phelan. The Group 1 2015. Pascoe's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks. The Orange Agent at $2.40, $1.20 to run the favourite. Supersonic Miss number 10, $371.50. Classical Art off barrier 1 at $4.40, $1.60. Democrat Party, the Sire Stakes winner. Double each way at $10 and $2.80. It's an over 20-year association between Pascoe's the Jewellers and the Auckland Trotting Club for the sponsorship of this great race for the 3-year-old fillies who will taste success in the 2015 edition. Let's find out as the runners brush up in behind the yellow bar gate. See the Ballerina, You and Me Babe, Love is a Drug, Linda Love Grace, the Orange Agent, Look and Listen, Joanne's a Delight, Classical Art to start from the inside draw. Second row draws, Start Dreaming, Supersonic Miss, She's Smooth, and Democrat Party. So the first of the Group 1s in what is going to be a great Auckland Cup week for 2015. Under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park as the fillies pace up into the back. 2700, 2015. Group 1, Pascoe's the Jewellers, Northern Oaks, and the green light is up. They're off. Classical Art will use the advantage of barrier 1 to come through and take the early lead. The Orange Agent will show good gate speed to sit outside Classical Art in the early stages. Start Dreaming gets a lovely drag through from the second line. Then Joanne's a Delight, Linda Love Grace, as the Orange Agent will pace on to the lead here as they come across the showgrounds turn first occasion. She's Smooth back on the markers. 4 back there, followed Supersonic Miss, and then Democrat Party on the back of Supersonic Miss. Back in the field then is Love is a Drug there, followed by Look and Listen. Back in the field, You and Me Babe, and last is See the Ballerina. So the Oaks favourite, the Orange Agent, the filly by American Ideal, and the Magic Man Morris McHenry, they take over. Classical Art in the trail. There's not much early speed on here with 2 circuits left to go. Start Dreaming is third. Up on the outside, Linda Love Grace, Ricky May sitting parked on the outside of She's Smooth, and there followed Joanne's a Delight. That's racing on the outside of back the inside, Love is a Drug. Then came You and Me Babe on the inside of Supersonic Miss and Tim Williams. Back in the field then was See the Ballerina on the inside of Democrat Party and Look and Listen, and Mark Jones last as they pace up into the back. And the Orange Agent getting away with very easy terms out in front. Something has to come and challenge, and it's going to be Joanne's a Delight and also Supersonic Miss. They get down down to the lead time and a comfortable 1:22.9. 1,500 to go as they turn off the back. The Orange Agent, she's flicking the ears back and forward. She's doing it comfortably. Over Classical Art in the trail and coming forward. Supersonic Miss around Joanne's a Delight. Supersonic Miss not going to put any pressure at all into the Orange Agent. Back on the inside, Start Dreaming. They're followed by Linda Love Grace around She's Smooth. Back in the field then is Love is a Drug, and they're followed See the Ballerina, Democrat Party, Look and Listen, and You and Me Babe. 31.2 the opening quarter. Group 1, Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks, and it's the Orange Agent, the favourite over second favourite. Supersonic Miss down to the Judge Bell and 1 to go. Classical Art, Natalie Rasmussen's had the perfect run in the trail. 1-1 is Joanne's Delight, and 3 back. Start Dreaming on the inside of Linda Love Grace. She's Smooth, 4 back on the marker line. Then Love is a Drug. Further back in the field is See the Ballerina, Democrat Parties 10 lengths off the Orange Agent. 800 left to go. Then Look and Listen and You and Me Babe. 29 and 3 the second quarter. The Orange Agent starts to up the tempo for the Magic Man, Morris McKendry. Supersonic Miss the outside. Classical Arts had a lovely run in the Oaks on the outside. Joanne's a Delight put under pressure. Start Dreaming, 3 back the inner. They're followed then by, up on the outside, Linda Love Grace's Love is a Drug starts a run. 3 wide. She's Smooth the inside. Then Democrat Party. See the Ballerina, Look and Listen, You and Me Babe. No quarter posted down the back. And it's the Orange Agent, Supersonic Miss. They lock horns as they come for home. 2 lengths away, Classical Art, but homeward bound the Orange Agent. She opens up by 3 or 4. Supersonic Miss, Start Dreaming. Back on the inside, Classical Art, but at the 100 metres, it's all the Orange Agent. Here's an outstanding filly, and she'll blow them away in the Group 1. Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks. What a win. Start Dreaming second, third Supersonic Miss, then Classical Art. They were followed by She's Smooth and Democrat Party. Joanne's a Delight. Love is a Drug, You and Me Babe back, Look and Listen. They were followed See the Ballerina and Linda Love Grace. 3:18.7, a new New Zealand record. 27.4 the run home. And the Orange Agent gets her well-deserved Group 1 victory tonight. What a beautiful drive too by Morris the Magic Man McHenry. Got her to the front, got away with a very cheap early section of the Oaks, and then really started to wind the pressure up from the mile. She's Home, Start Dreaming, great run second. Supersonic Miss third, and Classical Art for a fourth. But the Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks, to a fantastic filly, the Orange Agent.
Official placings. Race 8, the Group 1, Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks. 4, 9, 10, 1, 11, 12. 4, 9, 10, 1, 11, 12. Horse 4, the Orange Agent, paced the 2,700 metres and a new New Zealand record of 3:18.81. It's a mile rate of 1:58.4. Last 855.1 and the 427.4. The margins 5 lengths, 1 1/4 lengths, 4 1/4 lengths. 4, 9, 10, 1, 11, 12. Race 8, the Group 1, Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks.
Right, Michael Guerin down there with our winning driver, Morris McKendry, back at the head of the field after the Group 1. Past goes the Jewelers, Northern Oaks. Great filly she is, American Ideal, Lady Fingers, 3-year-old bay filly. Raced by breeders Trish Green, John Green, Moira Green and Peter Bolts. And she grabs her well-deserved Group 1 victory tonight, the Orange Agent, and in New Zealand record time as well. Career win 8 at start 13. Her 8th victory under the ribbon of light at Alexandra Park. She picks up the performance incentive bonus as well here as she's back into the victory circle. Tilly Gurney down there for Pasco's the Jewelers, part of the victory celebrations. President Kerry Hoggard also in attendance. The Orange Agent prepared at Ardmore by Brian Bunty Hughes and Morris the Magic Man McKendry at his sensational best will get the Orange Agent home for the Group 1 spoils and the Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks. 9 Start Dreaming second to make it an American Ideal. Quinella, a bay 3-year-old filly out of Simply Divine for Studhome Bloodstock Limited. And MB Jeffries, Barry Purden trained at Clevedon, David Butcher. 10 Supersonic Miss third, Mark 3 Bella Joy. By 3-year-old filly for the Butterworth Racing Syndicate, KJ Risley, DM Risley, the McLean Family Syndicate, and the Chaos Syndicate. Mark Purden, Natalie Rasmussen, trained at Rolleston, and Tim Williams. For the Orange Agent, $2.40 into $1.40, $2.41.40. 9 Start Dreaming, $5.10, $5.10. 10 Supersonic Miss at $1.50, $1.50. Quinella, $41.70, $41.70. Trifecta, $214.80, $214.80. First 4, $712.40, $712.40. Pick 6, $11,938.04 live. After 3 favourites in the first half of Pick 6, $11,938.04. Well, Mike, we've always had a lot of time for this wonderful filly, the Orange Agent. Things didn't go her way in the Group 1 Sire Stakes final. Took luck out of the question tonight, did the Magic Man, and she stamped her authority on the Pasco's the Jewelers, Northern Oaks.
Yes, you did, Aaron. A great call from you as well. The first Group 1 of Auckland Cup Week for 2015 goes most emphatically in national record time to the Orange Agent. It's great to have Pasco's as our long-time sponsors of this race, and may I say, a very well-dressed looking winner's circle behind us. As I introduce for the first presentation for the night at a Group 1 level, the President of the Auckland Trotting Club, Mr. Kerry Hoggard.
Thanks, Mick, and on behalf of the Auckland Trotting Club, it's a great pleasure to welcome you here to the first night of the Auckland Cup Carnival, and it's great for us to welcome all of our regular visitors, friends and associates to the park this evening. I particularly want to thank Pasco's, who've been the sponsor of this event for some 20 years, and they've been extremely generous to the Auckland Trotting Club over a long period of time. And I know that personally because I've had a horse that won this race in 2008. I also want to congratulate the Green family for what was a remarkable win this evening. The horse is certainly a star and a star for the future. With those few words, could I welcome Tilly to the stand to make the presentation on behalf of Pasco's.
Pasco's the Jewelers has been involved with the Great Northern Oaks for 22 years this year, and it's always a wonderful night when we come and share in the hospitality of Alexandra Park. And congratulations to the Orange Agent and all her connections, and may she have a very long and successful racing career.
Well, it was a very quiet speech before we let you sneak away that far.
I thank Pascoe's. I'd also like to, on behalf of Peter and Lynn Bolt and Mr. Bolt Senior, thank Brian Hughes, number 1.
He's a great trainer, isn't he?
He's wonderful. And
what a wonderful filly. Your family's been involved in racing such a long time. Not many horses like this come along. You've had some good ones. She might be right at the top of the tree.
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully be a few more of these. Congratulations to you and the other connections.
Thank you.
The connections of the Orange Agent, your favourite home, and super impressive in the first Group 1 of Auckland Cup Week. Our congratulations, of course, to Brian Hughes and to Maurice McKendry, one of only 2 reinsmen in New Zealand to have ever parted 3,000 winners. That's our presentation for the Pascoe's Northern Oaks. Congratulations also to Ron Scott. Ron probably wouldn't look that good in a diamond ring, but I'm sure he'll have someone he loves in his life he can give that to. Ron is the winner of our Pascoe's The Jewellers sweepstake for the feature. We'll get the presentation photos taken next, and then it's off to the City of Auckland free-for-all, the lead up to the Auckland Cup with Smolder, your favourite for the next hour.